What are you doing?
Putting shoes on my feet. What does it look like I'm doing?
You don't even say goodbye?
You're the one always yammering about how everything goes on in the bedroom has to be a state secret. I'm supposed to be quick, quiet, and out of here without being spotted.
Oh, come on, it hasn't been that bad. Especially tonight. In fact, tonight it was pretty damn good. Something different about you tonight, Cowboy.
What do you mean?
I don't know. For once, it wasn't like we were at a rodeo. It was more like we were dancing close in some little smoky club they kept open just for us.
You mean tonight I get a C+ instead of a D?
I don't give out grades, Sonny.
The hell you say? You've been comparing me to Mason Technique Capwell from the beginning.
It is not true. I told you I wasn't going to compare the two of you anymore, and I'm not. You and Mason are two totally different people. I mean, well, not in the usual sense. You're the same person, but essentially you... Never mind, look. How about if I just go get a robe and we'll cuddle up next to the fire and spend a little time together before you leave. I don't want you leaving in this mood. Okay? Is that you?
Who else would it be?
I was just checking. For a moment there, I could have sworn I saw Mason sitting here. Oh, but this isn't going to do you any good. You say Mason's submerged. He's gone for good. How are you going to keep him buried if you sit around mooning over pictures of his old girlfriend? Wake up and smell the Java.
You were sleeping.
It was a ruse. I wanted to see if you'd get up and come over by the window looking thoughtful and handsome and terribly romantic. And you fell right into my charm. You okay?
Sure.
No full moon.
What do you mean?
Just trying to understand why your mind's going a million miles a minute.
Well, who says it is?
Your wife. Your all-knowing, all-seeing wife.
I met an old gypsy woman like you once. Next thing I know, you're gonna want to tell my fortune.
Sure, here, give it here. Well, it says you're gonna have a very long, long life and a long, long marriage to a beautiful, talented, exceptionally incredible woman.
Really? Have I met her yet?
You know what it says here also?
What's that?
It says here that you aren't going to keep any secrets from her. That is so sweet.
Well, that's on the money because I never do.
Not even ones that you know you're keeping because of her own good?
Okay. I begin to detect a theme.
It says I know you. And you're thinking about the test results from the hospital.
Yeah, what can I tell you? It must be the detective in me. Somehow knowing that there's information out there makes it difficult for me to relax. But it's bad enough it's ruining my evening. It doesn't have to affect you, too.
Sweetheart, you're wrong. because I can't forget about it any more than you can.
Well, that's good, Gina. Destroy the things that you're too stupid to understand. You know, by all rights, you and my father should have had a marriage made in heaven. Those are his tactics. Act first, think later.
Go back to where you came from, because there's nothing out here for you anymore. Julia's gone.
That was a wedding present from her.
Her who left you at the altar. You should have thrown it in her face. Do you hear what I'm saying?
Past cure I am, now reason is past care, and frantic mad with ever more unrest. My thoughts and my discourse as madmen's are, at random from the truth, vainly expressed. For I have sworn thee fair and thought thee bright, who art as black as hell and dark as night.
Where are you going?
If by some divine act of providence Julia will listen to me, I'm going to try to explain the insanity of the last 3 months.
You already tried that, remember? And she hauled up and slapped you.
Well, I'll just have to try harder, won't I?
Why are you letting yourself in for more grief? What do you expect to accomplish? She's not even going to let you get in a word edgewise. She won't listen to what you have to say. What's some ridiculous story about how 2 people are trapped in one body, but only one of them is responsible for hurting her? How does it sound? Listen to it. How does it sound?
How does total darkness sound, Gina? Get in here.
Nathan, you're wasting your time. You're going to slam the door in your face. And mark my word.
Well, then maybe Father Michael will intercede for me. One way or the other, Julia's going to hear me out.
Let me explain.
We were both caught off guard. Let's not talk about it. It's just gonna come.
No, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. I know why it happened. For the past 3 months, the last 3 days, I don't know what to do. I mean, I was locked in a closet. My hands were tied. I couldn't see. I couldn't hear anything.
I can't imagine what it must be like for you to
Ever sound as if it could have been altered electronically.
Yes, now that I think of it.
And then after the phone call, you thought you saw someone outside.
There was a flicker, sort of. I didn't see an actual silhouette. It was more a sense of something or someone very close, casting a shadow.
But you didn't see a face?
No. But Zach, Dr. Kelton, well, he told you, didn't he? That was quick.
Well, it helps being on staff, a little preferential treatment.
Is everything okay?
They tell me they expect me at work tomorrow, so I guess I'm gonna live. How you doing?
I was just answering the lieutenant's questions. I guess it's your turn now.
All right. I'm all yours.
Yeah, I'd like to hear about your encounter with the assailant, starting with the moment you saw him out the window.
Well, when I saw somebody running, I took off from Diana's door to the fence, about 100 yards. The guy was right there. I mean, he'd come to a dead stop. He was looking for a foothold to climb over the fence.
So when you reached him, what did you do?
I made a dive for him, and I grabbed him around the legs, and I brought him down. And as I was trying to get up, he kicked out with one of his legs, and he knocked me back down. And I got lucky, because I managed to reach out, and I grabbed one of his feet as he was trying to run away, and I knocked him off balance, and it took me about 2 seconds to get my bearings. And then he threw a punch, and I hit him, and then I reached out, and I grabbed onto the mast, and I yanked as hard as I could.
That's when you saw his face?
Yes, but that's when he hit me in the nose really hard, and my eyes welled up, and I I got another kick, and this time it knocked the wind out of me, and he must have seen an opening in the fence, because he was gone. And I was on all fours, feeling like an idiot.
How can you say that? You came closer to catching him than anyone yet. And you're the first person to have seen his face and lived to tell about it. Isn't that right, Lieutenant?
I just hope you can describe the face in the same detail that you described your struggle, Doctor.
Oh, I have a pretty reliable memory.
If I brought a police artist over here, do you think you could help her put together a sketch?
There's nothing I'd rather do.
For God's sakes, Marty, I went to flight school. I can handle anything you've got. Just something that'll get me to Buenos Aires by tomorrow morning. Look, if I cement this deal, I will cut you in on it. That is way over and above anything I promised you as a fee. What? Midnight. You'll have it fueled and ready by then? Now, that's it, Marty. I mean it. That is it. That is the latest I can go. I'll have the advance in cash. I'll bring it with me to the hangar. I will remember this, Marty. I swear to you. And your children will thank me. Ed, should I have been expecting you? How long have you been here?
So, would you agree that lying in bed with our eyeballs plastered on the ceiling would be a lame way to pass the remainder of this night?
I agree.
Then it's one of two things. Either I break out the card table, I teach you the finer points of pinochle, or we put our clothes on, get in the car, drive to the hospital. I vote for door number 2.
Well, I don't really think that would do much good because there's nobody of authority at the hospital to give us the records.
You know Zach's home phone number?
Sweetheart, I promised I wouldn't use that unless I was in labor. Now, doctors have little enough downtime. I don't really think it's that necessary and that important to get him out just because of the fact that I am feeling a little insecure.
This is not a matter of insecurity. This is, we're not the typical expectant parents here. I mean, he knows what we've been through and why we need those results.
I want the results. I hope I don't need them.
Okay, fair enough. We agreed. I don't mean to push it. We'll wait till tomorrow like we planned to do.
You're dealing or am I? What?
Oh. Hello. Yeah, Vic, what's up? You're kidding. What? Kenny, ID him? Oh. We'll leave in 10 minutes. Yeah, I'll be right there. Thanks. Good thing we didn't call Zach. You wouldn't believe what just happened. He was at a woman's house tonight. He was seeing this woman. The guy actually gave her a call. The guy we've been looking for, he was outside the door. Zach chased him. He got a hold of him. He ripped his mask off.
What, are you kidding? Zach saw him?
Yeah, he saw him. They got a police artist going over to the hospital right now to make a sketch.
Well, I guess we're going to be going to the hospital after all.
We?
We. Want to make something of it?
We.
I'm not sure that I know what I'm doing.
Neither do I.
But you'll understand when I tell you where I've been.
Kelly's.
How'd you know that?
Well, I asked myself where the most possible place you would be that you could lose track of time, and it's a very easy answer.
It's so unbelievable, Cece. Jeffrey's having a little bit of trouble talking, but other than that, he's back. His mind, his spirit, we have him back again.
Oh, baby, that's wonderful. When I talked to her, she seemed to think that he shouldn't have any more visitors today, so I said I'd come tomorrow, but talking like this, I don't know if I can wait.
Oh, you've got to see her. She's smiling. How long has it been since her eyes lit up?
Too long, honey, too long.
It gives me so much hope to think that Jeffrey could come back from something like this. I mean, it means all kinds of wonderful things can happen.
Yeah, like maybe you and I could even crack that rape case. What do you think? Speaking of which, you're at the uniform. We're supposed to be at our battle stations in a few minutes. What's going on?
Sit down, Cece.
Sit down, Cece. Do I need a drink? Because I don't like the sound of this.
You sound, You sound just like Cruz did when he found out that we were playing private detective, only he was a little more emphatic.
What do you expect a man to say? It's his civic duty to warn civilians not to interfere with the blah, blah, blah. But he certainly can't tell the in-laws to say yes, sir, because they're not going to do it. You know what I mean?
I get the distinct feeling that if he caught us out there dressed up like that again, he would arrest us no matter who we are. He was very serious about it, and it got me to thinking that maybe we have been a little casual.
Casual? Darling, I don't have to remind you that 3 of my family were either threatened or outright attacked by this man. To see him caught would certainly not be casual in my mind.
I know how much you want him caught, but I think you also feel we would not be the people that would catch him.
Oh, I appreciate you telling me what I think now.
Do you really think we would have succeeded?
Why do you think we've been dressing up like strange people for the last 3 weeks in this mission of like there's no tomorrow? Why do you think that? Huh?
Maybe it's because we wanted to be together for a very important reason. You see, I know that we were determined vigilantes. But after a while, I realized when I went to meet you that the most important thing in my mind was being with you in Pop's place, that place we used to be together, remembering things, talking to each other, remembering what it was like before we had any responsibilities and children, and remembering what it was like the first time we found
That must have been the reason.
What?
My heart did some sort of a break dance at 6:30 on the button because I knew I was going to see you at 7. And I cannot believe mere detective work would bring on that particular kind of adrenaline flow. But I didn't want to ask any questions. Felt too damn good.
Really? Really?
I had to go so far.
Why are you here, Ted?
You were going to brief me about tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
Tomorrow, Norwich. He's coming in here all the way from Toronto.
Oh, I forgot all about it.
You forgot. How can you forget? We've been talking about this for 2 weeks now. Our ticket into pharmaceuticals is what you've been talking about. A drug stock's the way they've been climbing. We're going to get some good insight from this man.
Well, we're going to have to cancel.
We're going to have to cancel. Are you serious?
Yeah, I have been called away. It's a family crisis.
Family crisis. Well, I'm sorry. Is there anything I can do to help?
No, thank you very much, but there isn't. I'm not sure how long I'll be gone. I'm sorry that this is so sudden.
Okay, but one thing. Now, I hate to bring this up now that you have all these family problems, but since you're going to be gone for a little while, I think I need a little explanation.
What is that?
I was at the bank today. I was going to deposit some money into one of our accounts. They told me that the account was closed. In fact, they told me that all of our accounts have been closed as of today.
That's right. I wasn't happy with the bank, you see, when I wanted to make a change. It was uncomfortable for me to leave such substantial sums in those accounts, especially since I'd be going away for some length of time. So I withdrew everything and put it into my safe. I assume you want your share now.
It might be a good idea.
You know, Ted, I was going to call you, and just before you came in, I was going to give you a call, explain the situation, and give you...
Don't worry about it. As long as I get my money right now.
Of course.
Okay.
I'll get it. Here you are. We'll revise our account structure when I get back.
You have no idea when that'll be.
I just can't say. I'll have to call you.
Okay, good luck. I hope everything works out with your family.
Thanks. You take care of yourself.
I'd say it was about 40, but in good shape.
Okay, I'm going to show you some prepared samples, and you tell me which is the closer match. We'll concentrate on the shape of the face first. Okay, which one of these would you say is closer to the shape of the man's face that you saw?
I'd say it was, like the third one. It was more oval and not too full. And he had prominent cheekbones. That's what I really remember. The cheekbones and these eyes that just stared right through me.
What color was his hair?
I don't really remember the hair. It was just a moment.
We won't worry about the hair then, just the facial features.
Zach? I thought you were supposed to be catching babies, not crooks. You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Zach, you got the mask off.
Yeah.
You saw his face?
Celine is working on it now.
Selena, I don't think you've met my wife. This is Selena Garcia.
How do you do, Mrs.
Hi.
Castillo?
Pleasure to meet you.
This is Diane Bentley. Diane, this is Eden and Cruz Castillo.
Hi. I know what it's like to get those phone calls. I understand if you're shaken up.
At least he didn't get near me, thanks to Zach. And once there's a good sketch, hopefully he won't get near anyone ever again.
Oh, yeah, this is a breakthrough. We'll run this picture in every TV station in the state. Someone's bound to make the guy. After that, it's just a matter of hours.
Pranks.
Hey, Lonnie!
Gina? What's going on?
Ah!
Who does this?
What do you think?
Who does this?
Who's big and dumb and thinks Conway Twitty should be our next president?
What is with this guy? 2 hours ago, he's got the moon in his eyes and can't live without you. Now, he put you in a closet with old clothes and mothballs.
He's a little moody?
Hey, my teenage niece, she's moody. This guy, he's dangerous. You could have been suffocated.
I am all right. I don't know what happened. He just flipped out. Now, we gotta go find him before he does something else he'll regret.
Are you kidding me? Let this guy go. Maybe he won't come back.
I can't, Bunny.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. You hung up on this guy.
No,
The question is, why?
It's not that. It's not, you know.
Sex?
Yeah, sex. It's not the sex. It's... We had this business deal, Sonny and I, and if he cuts me out, I'm ruined. I won't have a dime.
Why didn't you say this in the first place? Give me 2 seconds to change.
No, wait. We don't have 2 seconds, sweetheart. We gotta get going. He's got a head start on us.
All right, hold on. Here.
There we go.
This isn't me. I can't go out like this.
It's a whole lot better than the flowered dress I saw you in before. Come on!
Excuse me.
Hey, you son of a...
I'm sorry. Have you seen Father Donnelly?
No.
Well, do you think you would have noticed if he had come in the last couple of hours?
He ain't here, I told you. Now leave me alone.
How long have you been here?
None of your business. The priest says I can sleep here when it's cold outside.
Well, I'm sure he does. I was just wondering. Never mind. I'll wait.
It usually takes Lena to put one of these composites together.
Well, you gave her a lot to go on, and she's one of the fastest we've got. I wouldn't be surprised if she was done inside an hour.
And it's really an amazing talent.
Yes.
Listen, Zach, while we're here...
Eden, are you... You know, this could probably wait, given
What?
the circumstances.
The results of my amnio test. We were going to come by the hospital and get them tomorrow, and I figured since we were already here, we'd take advantage of the opportunity.
I would think you would have heard from the lab already.
Well, they called, but it was after you'd already gone home. They said they were going to put the stuff in Eden's file, and you could give it to us tomorrow.
Well, I'm anxious to find out myself. Let's do it now.
You sure you want to do this now?
Yeah, you know, Diane, you know where the OB files are, right? Could you bring me the Castillo records?
Sure, no problem.
Thanks, Zach. You know, I hope it wasn't, you know, too much of a problem.
No, the files are right around the corner, and, well, you know, we have time while we're waiting for the sketch, and, why on earth should you wait any longer if you don't have to?
Thanks.
Oh.
Why, is something wrong?
I'm sorry, this doesn't usually, happen. It does sometimes, but I wish to God it hadn't happened to you.
What? What are you talking about?
Everything is within normal range, but as far as paternity is concerned, it's inconclusive. The test doesn't tell us anything.
Glad we found you.
Don't ever call me that name again. Get out of my way.
You don't talk to her like that. She's trying to help you.
Did you two just get out of bed?
Where do you get off throwing somebody in the closet, huh, champ?
Bunny, please, don't antagonize him. He's going through a very difficult time.
Well, if you were making, you and that piece of rancid corn pone.
Who's he calling rancid?
Not you.
Oh, you don't know Sonny Sprocket? You haven't had the pleasure? Why, he's a one-man zoo. You can hear him belching pork skins a mile and a half away. You know, that I should have entered into a deal with such a person doesn't say much for me. The fact that he was more than willing to ruin my one chance at happiness says even less for him.
What is it? It doesn't even speak English.
I'll explain it to you later. You didn't talk to Father Michael yet, did you?
He's not here. I'm banking on him still being at Julius.
Why won't you listen to me? If you go to Julius, you're only going to make it worse.
How could it get any worse?
I told you at some point along the way that we don't have 100% accuracy with this test yet. I'm sorry. I know this is terribly disappointing.
Zach, you say that this happens occasionally. When it does, what are the options? Can we go back to the lab and get them to look again? Do we try the test again? What?
Well, in some cases, we'd do the test over, but in Eden's situation, I'm against it.
Why?
Because the day of your last procedure, you had to be hospitalized. You came very close to losing the baby.
Yes, but that didn't have anything to do with the amnio.
Yes, even so, I wouldn't do anything even slightly invasive after what you've been through, especially if you're going to carry to term, considering your history of miscarriage.
No, that's just, yeah, that'd be crazy. We're not going to do anything to jeopardize this baby. From here on out, we'll just accept that whatever happens was meant to be.
It's a lucky thing he didn't catch you while you were getting that book.
Well, when he left the room was when I took a look around. See, I've been checking up on him periodically ever since Cruz told me to keep an eye on the guy. I just realized that when he was so anxious about leaving town, this was the last chance to get something I could use on the guy. Now, Dad, just take a look at those dates.
Good.
What? Tell me.
The dates of each attack. A series of addresses.
Now, Eden's the nurse who was raped. Kelly's cottage right there.
Oh,
Now, turn the
no.
page.
A record of $1,500 paid to an Ellie Wyndham.
I know that name.
Cruz was telling me about her. It's a woman who accused Kane of raping her weeks before he was arrested. Total put-up job. Obviously, Major Hamilton's paying her off.
Kane was right all along. Philip has been framing him.
Yeah, Dad, there's even something in there about the towel they found over at Kane's place. There's no doubt about it.
I hated the man, but I can't believe he stooped to something like this. It's incredible.
We have to get this to the police right away.
Well, I don't know. I called Cruz. He's not home. That's why I came here first.
Let's call the station house. Get a hold of Lieutenant Boswell.
Dad, we don't have time. By the time we call him and get him over here, he's going to be on a plane to South America.
Lieutenant Boswell, please. Did you leave a number? This is C.C. Copwell. It's an emergency, please. All right, thanks. Undisclosed location.
Now what, we can't arrest him by ourselves?
I could damn well try to detain him until the police get there. You track down Cruz. I'm gonna go to Florida.
Cece, that's exactly what Cruz is warning us about.
Baby, if this man gets on a plane, we won't ever see him again. And if he did more than just frame Kane Garber, I got a personal stake in bringing him to justice.
So do I. I'm going with you.
I've seen a lot of guys flip out before, but this guy was schizo city. He thought Sonny was a whole other guy.
Sonny is a whole other guy.
Hey, don't you start going bananas on me, too.
No, it's time you knew, Bunny. Sonny's got a problem. It's a personality disorder. It's like two people living in one body.
Get out of here.
I'm not kidding you. I talked to a psychiatrist myself. Sonny Sprocket is Mason Capwell. They're the same person, only they hate each other. Which was okay because Sonny was usually in control, but for the last few days, Mason's been popping out when you least expect it.
I like Sonny a lot better. He lets his hair hang down, sings, likes to laugh. This Mason is vicious.
Yeah, well, the real problem is I have the financial arrangement with Sonny, not with Mason. And if Sonny stays buried, then I'm busted.
How did this happen?
Well, a while ago, Mason Capwell had this accident. He suffered a blow to the head, and he wandered around with amnesia. And he thought he was Sonny Sprocket. Then when he came back here, he started seeing things and places and people that he remembered. And Mason's memories came back to him.
You're telling me most of the time he goes around as Sonny. No one in his family notices anything's a little off?
Well, he's very clever. You see, he can pretend to be Mason, and no one knows the difference.
You see? Well, why did he just go to a shrink, huh? Get his head shrunk and go back to being one person?
Well, there were certain advantages. We were going to get some money from his father, and now everything's ruined.
Hey, don't talk like that. Think of something.
How?
You just keep leveling with me, Gina. And we'll find a way to get Sonny back. Feel good this time.
What's that?
It's something that I bought to wear on my honeymoon.
Very beautiful. It's not as beautiful.
It's incredible. The shape of the eyes, the structure of the face is just right. He might be a little bit older and leaner, but that captures the quality.
Maybe I'm imagining it, but he seems so familiar.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Oh, sir, yeah, I've been trying to track you down all night.
What? What's the deal? Is something wrong?
Yeah, Major Hamilton. He's on his way out of town right now. I found his address book. Look, I can explain this to you on the way to his place.
Good Lord, look who's staring us in the face.
Well, it's possible. I mean, with the cheekbones, maybe.
Yeah, Dr. Kelton here had a run-in with a rapist tonight. He got a good look at the face, and the police artist did a sketch. Check, here it is.
Oh, my God.
Zach, can you get Eden home?
Of course.
Keep your fingers crossed.
Let's go. Okay.
Put the bag down, Philip.
What?
I said put the bag down. You're not going anywhere.
Are
Put it
you
down.
crazy?
Put it down.
Are you crazy? What do you think you're doing?
Finally caught up to you, Philip. Everything you tried to do to Kane,
The hell you do. The police gave up on that a long time ago.
Well, that was before Ted found your little black book. Names and addresses. We turn it over to the police tonight, so why don't you sit down and relax? I want you nice and rested when they get here.
Tell me something. Did you just have it in for Kane, or were you trying to cover up for yourself?
I don't have to take this. You people come in here with your wild accusations. You don't know what you're talking about. And there is no way I'm staying to humor you.
I wouldn't go anyplace if I were you.
Eden, my car's right outside. Diane will stay with you, and I'll bring her out front.
Thanks.
And we'll stay with you at home until Cruz gets back.
Oh, that's really not necessary. My mother-in-law's there with Chip. He's my stepson. And I can just bide my time until Cruz comes home. Just hope everything will be okay. I'll get the keys. Okay. Zach, I wanted to ask you a question. Do you really feel that strongly that I shouldn't do the amnio?
I feel very strongly.
Okay, I just wanted to be sure.
And you've come this far without it. And I know you have the strength to go the rest of the way. There are very few people I could say this to. But Eden, if anyone has the faith and can keep the faith, I know you can.
Put the gun down, CC. You wouldn't want anyone to get hurt.
Don't you dare talk to me about getting hurt after what you did to one of my daughters. What you tried to do to the other one. What about my wife? Did you go after her, too? After you killed that young girl on the beach, is that what you did?
Good God, what do you think I am?
If you were sick enough to do what you did to Kane, you're sick enough.
Well, the Capwells in their element. Quite a sight. So used to being the ruling force in Santa Barbara that they think nothing of being judge, jury, and officers of record. And no one, there is no one here who dares stop them. Well, I dare. I dare to claim my rights, by God. I'm not gonna lie down like everyone else in this town and let you tell me who and what I am. No!
Ouch!
Get back. Get up. Right now. Get back. Give me some space. Get back. Have you ever been to Buenos Aires? I asked you a question. You really should see it. It's quite beautiful there. If you hadn't been so unforgivably rude tonight, who knows? I might have decided to take you both with me. It's a shame that you're going to be cheated out of such a golden opportunity. Freeze!
Not too long ago when she was mine, I thought we would be together till the end of time. That's the way it goes when you're in love. Since she's gone, there's nothing